All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Chronics podcast. I have on Mandy again today. Hopefully, you guys saw when I, uploaded all the old videos or all the old podcasts. She was on one of those. You were actually like one like the more viewed ones. That was or at least when I uploaded all the old ones. But I did label it "How to Get Over an Ex," so I think I did pretty well with the title of that one. But yeah, guys, this is just or hopefully you guys have been enjoying. I guess a little more of the shorter episodes. I don't know. I've been it's been a lot easier to do this, but hopefully you guys like it either way. If you guys do like the longer ones, then maybe I might do another longer one every now and then. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I think some things have changed obviously since the last time she was on. I can't remember when you were last on. I think almost almost a year. I think almost or no, no wait, maybe in like September last year.
You think so?
May-
No, I don't think so.
Well,
Maybe no.
We didn't see each other at all this year. That's why.
This year's in like 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like at least last year, because we saw each other when Philly and Shady were here. But
Yeah.
we didn't film it. We didn't film that episode. So I'm I'm guessing.
But I don't think it was in September.
Or at least like half of like the second half of the year. I think.
I don't know. I can tell you what I was wearing. That's about it.
Well, you could just watch the video. You could do that. So I don't know. That's just kind of like cheating. She only watches the clip, so she wouldn't know the full thing that we talked about. But yeah, I think some things have definitely changed since you were last on. Not gonna get into detail about it of what's changed, but I think. Well, I mean, you talked a little bit about your job in the last one. Talked a little bit like you kind of got into detail of like what you do. How do you kind of like do sort of some things in your job, because I think a lot of people would kind of be confused if you told them what you did. For some people, I don't know. If you're not in the medical field, then yeah. But I think all the Filipinos would be like, I understand. I'm Filipino. I could say that. She's not.
I am.
Can't tell though.
Really?
Bruh, you look like mainly like Japanese.
I'll take that. I love that.
Yeah, she doesn't want to look Filipino. See,
everyone that I meet, that's why they're always like, "Oh, are you Filipino?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like 10%." And they're like, "I can tell. 10%, I can tell."
Bro, that's
and then
nothing.
Like all the Filipino aunties and uncles are always like, "Are you Filipino?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell. And I'm like, "Oh God, can you?"
That's just because the Filipinos are looking to see if you're Filipino. That in general, that's what they do at my job. They just ask me if I'm Filipino, if I can speak any of the languages.
No.
I'm like, no, I only speak English. I barely can speak Spanish. But I guess it kind of runs into like the first question that I wanted to ask, which was I won't say who you're in a relationship with, but you are generally in a relationship. So in that, how do you manage the balance of like work life with your love life? Like what have you been like doing to like kind of make that balance?
Well, there's things that we do every day. Like
Right.
we always say good morning and good night to each other.
Okay.
Whenever there's a break, we text each other. Just, it doesn't have to be a lot. It's just kind of like, hey, how are you doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, how was that? That, just keeping up with each other.
Right.
I'm lucky because I know his schedule. Like it's already set.
Yeah.
So we just have to work around my time. So if there is days when I get to see him, maybe I'll have a short day, or he's like, you know what, like if you just sleep over, I'll take you. I'm like, okay, that works.
Right.
As of right now, both of our Saturdays are free.
Right.
Which works out because most times I'm like, no, I just got home. I'm done. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm usually in bed by 8, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's good for Saturdays because like Saturdays is like the weekend, you get to rest, whatever. And I guess you just hang out with him and then you could pretty much just do whatever you want after that. That's good though. Kind of just I guess throughout the week keeping up with each other then,
Yeah.
and then on the weekends having the moment to actually like be with each other in person. That's good then. Okay. Um at least yeah, well, the times that you're not with him and you're just kind of like just texting, um do you almost know like what is too little or too much? Like it's like, oh, too much texting, or it's like, oh, it's like this barely texting. Do you kind of know like the good in between?
Well, for us, it's off.
Yeah.
Like we're still adjusting to my schedule being so
Right.
full
Yeah.
because before this, because I'm doing clinicals now, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
full time, and before that, it would be like every day or like multiple times throughout the week.
Yeah.
We would actually see each other, hang out, have sleepovers, all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, like we enjoy talking to each other and having each other's company.
Right.
If you just kind of realize like, oh, this person isn't texting as back as much, then it's like, oh, they're probably busy.
Yeah.
Because with us, it's like any free time I have, yeah, I'm gonna want to talk to you because I'm a talker, and he's a listener for the most part.
This sounds about right. Okay. What is it? Well, I guess learning to adjust for that. You don't have to get into detail, but was there any times where like there was like those major like, oh, okay, probably like don't text me at this time, don't call me at this time, whatever. Was there times where like making those adjustments were like a little bit difficult then?
No,
No.
only because like I use the focus on my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he knows like when my stuff is silenced,
Right.
it's for a good reason.
Oh, okay.
And I'll talk to him the next time I can.
Yeah.
And then with him, it's kind of like on his free days, he'll do whatever he wants or whatever he needs to do. So if I don't expect him to text me back a lot. And if we do have something planned,
right,
then it'll be like, oh, hey, I'm going to go do this with this person. Okay, we'll go have fun. Let me know how it goes. And then we don't really expect anything. It's kind of just like, oh, that was really nice to see.
Yeah.
It's great to hear from you.
Oh, okay. That's good. So there's a good understanding of like the personal space or like personal time in a way. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we're moving pretty fast. Outside of him, is there any personality traits you're like mainly like drawn to?
Traits that are not his?
Well, I guess
Or
it could also be his, but like, if it outside of him and also him as well. Like I guess like yeah, just both.
One big thing is if you can make me laugh. I love knowing like it's nice to laugh, and if you can make me laugh, then yeah, I'll like you a lot more.
Right.
Just in general, like I want to be your friend. If you have dark humor, that's like even better for me, because I think those are also much more funny. But
see, there's a weird line for dark humor, so I don't know how dark we're talking about here. But okay, yeah, dark humor.
If they can respect my boundaries,
right?
If you're kind, like I think in one of the clips of your videos, it was the girls talking, and they're like, if you are nice to service people,
oh yeah,
service providers, that's something big for me. Also, if you just be nice, be thoughtful,
just an overall just nice
be mindful.
Okay.
Don't try to overstep my boundaries. If you know my limits, you don't push it. What else? No, it's like I don't need you to fight, but if you have that some sort of like assertiveness or dominance where I know I'm safe with you because you could, then that's also something like I'm drawn to. It's the safety of it.
Well, okay. Well, so in terms of like the assertiveness, do you mean with you, or do you mean like with other people, or do you just mean like in general with like with anything the person is doing?
Sorry. Um, like I want to be able to wear what I want to wear.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
And them to be like, that's fine because I know how to fight. Or, like if I'm having an issue.
That's not exactly how I thought the conversation would be going, but okay. Like, oh, I want to wear this. I mean, like, I thought you would say like, oh, the guy would be like, oh, I don't think. Yeah.
No, yeah. See, I want like what I wear is for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I want to be like, I'm gonna wear this.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, yeah, you should. You look great in it. And don't worry if you get looks. Don't worry if someone catcalls you. Don't worry if, like someone makes you feel uncomfortable. Because I'll put them in their place.
Right.
For you. You don't have to be afraid of being who you want to be.
Oh, okay. So you want someone that's more so like can protect you then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's nice.
Because I feel like it sort of is like, they would more so like they would say it, but I feel like you kind of mean like if someone were to say something to you and like cause like trouble, then the guy would be like there to like kind of put that guy in place.
He just I want to know that I have a safety net there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I know that for me, if someone was being mean to me, or whatever,
yeah,
it would be me and that person, and it would be like you're about to get my attitude, right. And if you still don't know your place, then he can come in and just like act mean.
Okay. So yeah, assertive, but also can kind of want to be taken care of, like a little in terms of like.
I like being babied.
Oh God.
No God.
Okay. That's understandable though. There's a lot of girls that are like they kind of want that, like they feel that they're protected. In terms of the guy that they're with. Okay. Is there any other traits you like for in a guy?
I can't say anything about like what they look like because my taste has fumbled me before.
Yeah.
So I really have to be like, oh, I'm gonna fall for your personality.
Yeah.
And then the way you look is just a bonus.
Right.
Yeah. If they get along with my family, if they're too much like, if they're too sensitive, probably can't date you. Probably don't even want to hang out with you because I'm a bully.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like especially when you're around your family, you're more bully-like. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. What about appearance-wise then? Since you kind of brought it up, what have you gravitated towards? Is there any like specific features like, oh, I kind of like this?
If he has like a nice jawline, I'll take it. Nice eyebrow, like bold, nice eyebrows.
Right.
Yeah. Long eyelashes. I don't know. I can't say like body structure because my dating records has been off. It's been all over the place.
I mean, yeah, you tried all the body types, I guess.
I did. You're making it sound worse than it is.
Man, there to damn. But yeah, I've seen some of them. It's just like okay, not exactly what I would expect, but
yeah. I saw TikTok lately where it was like, I can't believe I dated him. Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And I think that to myself, like, all the time looking back at my exes. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not really a body type, and I wouldn't call it a trait, but since we're, like, going all bumbly, if he lets me touch his butt, that is a nice, like...
Why?
I don't know. It's nice to know I can.
You could really like pretty much touch any other part. You prefer the butt though.
Well, yeah, because like I like face cheeks are for like holding like a baby, but like
butt cheeks
are like, I don't know if I'm gonna bite it or put my finger between it or like,
dude, what the
smack it. Like there's so much possibilities right there.
I guess
you can take this part out if you want.
No, I'll leave it in. I mean, if you want to leave it in, we'll leave it in.
I need someone I can bite.
Wait, what you mean bite, bro?
Girls do that. They'll bite their significant others. And it's not just me, I promise. Because if I've seen multiple people posting about it, or whether it's on Twitter or TikTok or whatever it is, then I know I'm not the only one that does it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's probably a lot of other people out there that would want to bite their significant other, I guess. But
it's like... I forget what it's called, but there's this thing where you think someone or something is so cute that you just want to like...
You want to bite them.
Initially, yeah. But like with like it's not just for humans. It's like, oh, that bunny is so cute. I just want to squeeze him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it.
But for you, it's biting.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Okay. So like.
Or slap, bite or slap.
Wait, slap them like in general?
Yeah, just be like, oh my god, you're so cute, and you just slap them. I've gotten better about it. Because apparently that's mean, so I don't do it as much.
If you do it out of no context, and you just slap the shit out of them for no reason, then yeah, I can understand why they get pissed.
No, because I'll warn them. I'll be like, oh my god, you're so cute. I just want to slap you. And then, please don't do that. Okay. Or I'll tell them, I'll be like, I think you're so cute. I was going to bite you, but I didn't.
Okay. Well, I guess some other people feel that way in terms of biting, I don't know, and slapping. I don't know. Just sounds like you're violent, to be honest. But okay.
You know, if you asked him, I'm sure he would say yes.
Yeah, I feel for that person. That's wild. Okay.
But it's not abuse.
Oh yeah, I'd hope not.
It's not abuse. Let me get that straight for anyone listening or anyone watching.
It's consensual biting.
It's consensual. I ask him if I can, and I'll tell him I wanted to, but I didn't. That way he knows, like, I'm still thinking of how you feel.
Mm. Yeah, you got some weird tendencies, bro. Okay. All right. Actually, yeah, I think we can. Yeah, there's one more we can do. Okay. Because that was all over the place. Okay. So what is like the biggest thing that you've learned since like being in relationships in general? Not so much this recent one, but just like in general, like what have you learned? Like the biggest thing.
You know, I wouldn't say I learned it just yet, but I'm well, because like I'm doing it and I'm good at it, but You're learning. I haven't mastered it yet, and that's like putting my foot down and like standing up for myself because I'm a pushover.
Oh,
and
well, I'm glad you recognize that.
See, as much as I'm violent, I'm still like a pushover.
Right.
But I'm learning to put my foot down and talk about the hard things, and that's one of the biggest things I've learned is that you have to talk through the hard things and work on yourself. Self-reflecting a lot. You can't just blame the other person. You can't be mad at them for the way that they're thinking or they're feeling. You can't invalidate them. You have to let them know, like, you are their safe space. It's okay that you feel that way. I might get mad. I might get sad. Whatever I'm feeling in that moment.
Right.
And I have to do self-reflecting to decide or recognize, like, why did that make me feel that way? And what can we do to make it better? It was in my head.
Then you've
a lot of people say that communication is key.
Yeah.
But comprehension is key. If you're not understanding what you're even communicating or what
Mm,
they're trying to say to you, it's not gonna work out,
mm,
or it's not gonna go well.
mm. Okay. So how did you get better at that then? Like how did yeah.
Um, well, I'm usually the one that does all the communicating because I'm the talky one,
Yeah, but there's
and
times where you had to like kind of like learn certain things.
yeah,
So then when you did learn, how did you kind of like fully like understand like or I guess like in a way figure out that what they're saying is I guess it was valid.
every person opinions is valid, so I can't.
No, yeah. But like
But
I know that like for some people they're more like some people are more stubborn to like those kind of things
yeah,
when it's like, "Oh, I don't like this."
for me it was because I don't like disappointing people in general. So if I'm disappointing or I'm being a bother, I'm making issues for this person that I like uphold,
Yeah.
that I love so much,
Mhm.
I want to work on it. And so it's a lot of, like I said, like self-reflecting, listening to what they have to say,
Mhm.
communicating like, I'm sorry you feel that way, or
Mhm.
I'm sorry I make you feel that way.
Yeah.
Is there something I can do to help you?
Right.
Or is there something I can do better so that I can be better for you in that way?
Mhm.
Um, I think for me, also having to take like mental health classes and
Mm.
like learning a bit about like psychology and stuff like that,
Mhm.
learning how to be an even bigger people person in order to do my job. It's a lot of like listening to the patient,
Right.
listening to your client, letting them tell you how they feel and why they feel that way. And, like when you're in the medical field, you're listening to them
Mhm.
so that you can help them get better. And
Mm.
so it's kind of just putting what I learned from there into like my
Mm.
entire life.
Right. No, yeah, I don't think really anybody has really brought that up too much before, at least in terms of like their career and like I guess or the relationship with people just in general. Because that is actually really important. It's just I guess not so much like maybe it's the psychology thing, but like taking like what you learn of like I guess with people in the sense of um I guess what you can do to like make them feel better, make them feel more safe in a way. I feel like it's because I kind of feel or I kind of relate to that as well with what I had to do with work at the hospital too. It's it's a really like uh it's almost like an unusual feeling because it's like uh for one like we never like really experienced any of this kind of stuff growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least like when you have when it's like patients, it's like there's literally like people like with disabilities or like mental illnesses. They're like they can fucking frustrate the hell out of you,
Mm-hmm.
but then you still have to be like that nice, like almost like more I mean just professional person in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's almost like in a way you're I guess almost learning to deal with your emotions or kind of learning to like or be more level-headed. I feel like
Mm.
that's like the biggest thing if you're in like the medical field. Because I've seen like some nurses and doctors as well too that like they could be the patient could be like completely out of line. That could be
Mm-hmm.
like absolutely wrong, and you can tell them the exact like factual answer of like
Mm-hmm.
this is the solution. Like if it's like medication or just like even like therapy or just I don't know if it's like physical then like certain exercises and stuff like that. Like you can give them the actual answer. They'll be like, no, I don't want to. I'd rather not, and that could be for multiple reasons. But yeah, I think with that, with learning from one thing and then putting into something else, especially in a personal life, is good. Also hard, I think. And I think for you is
Well,
I would
I
assume that is.
I think for me it's easy because
Mm.
I'm mutable. Like I just either already have these traits, and that's not to be like, oh, I'm the best, I'm just so great, I didn't need to learn it. But
Mm.
like growing up the way I did, it's
Yeah.
easy for me to read people now.
Mm.
Or just be more understanding.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I used to work with kids, and
Mm.
kids are difficult
Yeah.
if they're not happy. And
Right.
so learning to be patient with them and talking through, like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you feel that way? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
How can we avoid it next time? And just letting them feel what they feel,
Mm-hmm.
and then helping them come down from it. And so
Right.
that transition was a part of my life since then.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing it back into my career,
Yeah.
but also like strengthening it with everything that I learned
Mm-hmm.
during that time, and then applying all of the things I've learned from there into my life now.
Mm. Do you think or at least when you worked with kids versus like the patients you work with now, is it similar, or do you like think it's like super different? Like just like one was great, one was bad, or vice versa, like one was bad, one was great. One is there anything?
I love all my patients.
Mm.
Maybe not as much as I loved working with kids.
Mm.
But that's just because like I love kids.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was my passion. Like, I still have dreams about them. Like, it makes me miss them. And like my sixth graders, they're
Yeah.
now sophomores, and I got to see a couple of them, maybe like just a handful. And like Titan Alexio, his brother was one of my students, and I love that boy with all my heart. And he was one of my difficult kids, and then one day he just kind of like stopped being difficult.
Oh.
But anyways, that was a bit of a tangent.
Very good.
But they're not very different because I know that I love what I do. And like, I know that in a hospital, when you see your patients,
Yeah.
they're there to get better. So I guess maybe goals are different. But for me personally, working with them one-on-one,
Yeah.
no matter how difficult they are,
Mm-hmm.
or no matter how much of a hard time they're having,
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're not like fully mentally functioning or whatever,
Right.
I still love them, and I'll treat them the same way. I'll talk to them like they're human, not like a patient,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you need to do this. Hurry up. Why aren't you doing this? Like, this is this. It's more like, hey, I'm here to help you. So, if you let me, I would love to. If you don't want to see me today, that's totally fine. I just want you to know that I am here for you.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it seems. Man, I was kind of like in a way gonna ask it, but like I think for both sides, the main, I guess, goal was always just like making a personal connection.
Yeah.
Like just like not getting like super close, but like getting to like a professional like close level of like,
yeah.
I understand how you're feeling. I understand like what you're going through, or like why you might even with like the kids, like, oh, why you like these certain things, or why you don't like these certain things. And with the same for the patients as well. It's just kind of like almost navigating like through their, I guess, like personality in a way, like almost like a, oh, okay, I can, how do I uh communicate with you, or how do I kind of like get to know you without seeming to like demanding, or like, I guess, like too personal, because I think even with kids or like those patients, like you don't want to be like, oh, what's like your fucking, your deepest darkest secrets, like tell me like right now, like you can't really like do that unless they tell you, obviously. But yeah, I think it's just maintaining that sort of like the connection with the person, so that way they feel, I guess, because in a way you want to help them, so I guess like making them feel like you are a good outlet to like tell them that, or those things of like,
Yeah.
why you want to like say, or not say, but why you want them to do certain things.
I think the reason why I fell in love with those jobs is because I knew that I was helping them
Yeah.
and letting them know like I see them
Yeah.
not as like a student or a patient. I see them as them.
Yeah.
Like, I know your name.
Mm-hmm.
I know you are a person with
Yeah.
feelings, you have interests, and I want to get to know you as that person
Yeah.
and bring out the best in you
Yeah.
so that I can help you.
Yeah. I think at least from how I relate to that is like you're trying to not make it seem like it's your job for them as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like with like this, I mean, at least for you, for like the kids and the patients, it's like, how do I make it seem like I actually care and that I actually like, want you to get better rather than if I just kind of like just treat it as like, a job, which it is still at the end of the day, but that, yeah, like where they don't see that you kind of like feel that way sometimes. It's like, oh, you're only just here to get a paycheck. I know, I've had patients tell me that all the time. It's like, oh, you only care just so that way you can get paid. I mean, back in my mind, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm here to get paid. But at least for the ones you care about, it's like, no, I'm here for you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
here to be there for you if you need anything, and whatever it is, as long as it's either legal or like allowed, then then I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That was like the whole different tangent in terms of career stuff, but yeah, no, yeah, it connects though. It connects because it even like how you say it connects to your personal life, or even like a relationship. It's like, well, it shouldn't, I guess, really feel like a responsibility. Oh, I mean, kind of in a way, a responsibility to do that.
I feel like it's your own personal responsibility
Yeah.
to make sure that you can be your best self and provide the best love
Yeah, yeah.
and care for your patient
Yeah.
or your person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think just wanting to be your best self
Yeah.
for that person
Right.
has helped me learn how I can be that way.
Yeah.
And if listening to them is all I
Right.
have to do, then I'm gonna listen
Right.
with all my might.
Yeah.
Also knowing their love language, because that's also a difficult thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might be acts of service,
Mm.
but they show their love with like quality time. And so you don't feel like you're understanding that they love you, or you might not feel like they love you because it's not matching your love language. But to them, they're like, mine is quality time, so I'm giving you all my quality time. But it's understanding each other's love language and loving them that way, not by your own.
I see. Oh yeah, I didn't really think about I guess like doing that. Yeah, it is true, yeah, in terms of like love language, and as much as yours and you want as much for yours to feel like it's equal in the relationship, you have to do the same thing. You gotta give them. Hopefully it's not giving gifts too much. I think people that are like, oh, gift giving is like my relationship sort of thing. Like, oh, I don't know about that. But I mean, depends on what kind of gifts too.
They could just be like, if you just give me like a rock.
I mean, if they're okay with the rock, they're okay with the rock, yeah.
If anyone gave me anything, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna like, if it's something I can wear, I'll wear it all the time. If it's something that they're just like, I thought of you when I found this, then I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna cherish it forever.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I wouldn't really care for a rock too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
What if I put googly eyes on it?
Oh, are we in SpongeBob? What is going on right now? I don't understand. But yeah, okay. That's good though. The love language kind of came back on topic in the end. Okay, that's good then. Is there any other ones that you might have thought of while you were explaining the other ones?
No, if I'm gonna be completely honest, my brain was on do 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 do.
Okay, well that's why I make this shit shorter, bro. Okay, well I think that concludes it. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoy that, and hopefully Mandy can come on again and explain some of the other things that she learns in her relationship. I don't know. But yeah, stay tuned for next episode, guys. Next week. Take care, guys.